Before we get into this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we're about to talk about someone whose name might not be everywhere right now, but whose presence has quietly shaped more memories than people realize. Markie Post. And if that name feels familiar but you can't quite place why, you're not alone. There's something about her that lingers. Not loud, not over the top, just there. Warm, recognizable, almost like a face you've known for years without ever really knowing the story behind it. So let's slow this down for a second. Because for a lot of people, Markie Post wasn't just an actress on a screen. She was part of a feeling. A certain kind of comfort, a certain kind of television era that felt lighter, simpler, but still full of personality. She didn't demand attention. She earned it naturally. Let's go back. Late 1970s into the 80s. Television is evolving, sitcoms are finding their rhythm, and somewhere in the middle of it all, Markie Post begins carving out her place. Not overnight. Not with one explosive moment, but steadily, carefully. Then comes Night Court. And just like that, everything shifts in a different way. She steps into the role of Christine Sullivan, and suddenly, she's not just part of the show, she becomes its heart. Calm in the chaos, grounded in a world full of eccentric characters. And if you really watch closely, it wasn't just about delivering lines. It was about presence, timing, subtle strength. She wasn't trying to steal scenes. But somehow you remembered her anyway. And that's something people don't talk about enough. Because in an industry that often rewards the loudest voice in the room, Markie Post built her legacy differently. She moved through roles in shows like The Fall Guy and Hearts Afire, always bringing something consistent, something real. There was a reliability to her performances that made audiences trust her instantly. But here's the part that really matters. She didn't chase reinvention in the way Hollywood often expects. She didn't try to become something she wasn't just to stay relevant. Instead, she stayed authentic, grounded, true to the kind of presence she brought on screen. And maybe that's why she stood out. Because authenticity doesn't age the same way trends do. Now fast forward to today. You might not see her name trending every day. You might not see viral edits or constant throwbacks flooding your feed. But that doesn't mean she's forgotten. In fact, it's the opposite. Her work lives in the background of people's memories, quietly. Comfort shows, late-night reruns, moments that feel familiar without needing explanation. And when people revisit those shows, they're reminded of something that's hard to replicate now: sincerity. Markie Post was never about being the biggest star in the room. She was about being real in it. And honestly, that kind of presence doesn't fade. It just settles into something deeper, something lasting. Because some legacies aren't built on noise. They're built on consistency, warmth, and the kind of impact you don't fully notice until you look back and realize it was always there.